In this daily drop, I'm going to talk about charts and tone, so let's go. All right, everybody, here we are with another episode of the Daily Drop, and I saw a post recently by somebody who was considering the concept of an everyday uniform, and I get it. You know, if you think about somebody like Steve Jobs or Zuckerberg or somebody like that, they basically wear the same thing every single day, so they don't have to think about what they're wearing every single day. I don't know if I've got that in me, but the idea of just wearing jeans and a black t-shirt every day sounds pretty good to me, but it's probably not going to happen. All right, I digress. I did an episode yesterday about the difference between loud sticks and soft sticks. And there were some people who asked when I had made a comment regarding charts and tone, what I meant by that. So I'm just going to talk about it very, very briefly in this episode. And there were some other really good comments and reactions to the episode. One was related to the fact that not every situation should be a situation where you have soft sticks. And I agreed with that as well. So check out yesterday's episode, 282, I believe, and you can check out those comments, reactions, and my answers to those. All right, so charts and tone. When we're doing a production, generally before, but sometimes right as we are rolling on the first interview, we'll do something called charts and tone. Now, if we're in a rush, this might say scene and the person's name, and then I'll put charts and tone over here under roll, but we'll say charts and tone, take one, and then we will go ahead and take generally a gray card, a neutral or 18% gray card, and also a color chart or target like this one from Calibrite, and we will roll on this for reference. This is something that the editor can use for color reference, for dynamic range reference, for super black to white reference and skin tone reference. And when you are in production and you roll on this, especially if you have more than one camera, then this can be a great resource for the editor. They can take not only the waveform monitor and look at where the luminance levels are, but they can also look at the other scope called a vector scope and see where colors are falling and where they should be falling. So it's great for matching up cameras, getting your colors to where they need to be in post-production, and something that we do on all of our productions when we are on set or on location. Now, the tone part of it has nothing to do with those targets or charts. It has to do with recording some room tone in the environment. We tend to do those things together because it's oftentimes where we forget to get room tone if we don't do that at the beginning of a production. And just a note in terms of that, it's oftentimes where you will find that something will change in terms of the tone of the environment as well. So in those situations, it's a good idea to roll on room tone. It's not always a room, it might be outside. And make sure that the editor has those differences that they can use in post-production. I would also recommend keeping everybody on set or on location where they were when you were doing the production, or as close to that as possible, so that you can replicate that sound and that environment as closely as possible. That's what I got for you today. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.